Oh no, I'm not done chewing. I wasn't ready. I'm still not ready. It's a lot to chew. I overestimated myself. Let's do it. Right off the rip. What? I hate her. Prosecutor Von Karma, you mean? No, I heard it's his successor. This time, not the guy that tased us. He should be in prison forever. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. Didn't he tase you? He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks all so he could win. He tased us in the evidence room of the police department. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Look at that devious face, he's a criminal! Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. You know what kind of dirty tricks he used. He tased you in the evidence closet twice. Well, now, his successor, and what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Missing Maya. Pearly. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Then you came all by yourself? Yup, I still got the manor and followed the map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. She's always so shocked. Of course not, I ran. I can't, oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. I love Pearly. She needs to be protected. Too bad she's the killer. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nice to me to Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who was that? I'm Snick's rival, or he's also a friend. He's a boyfriend. Oh my God, here he goes. There goes that man. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for your life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. We broke up. He hasn't paid his half of the rent in months. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. We broke up. He's gone. And he's not coming back. He left me with all the bills, Maya. Every single bill. And he even took out a mortgage in my name before he left, Maya. He ruined my credit. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. He is stingy. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick. June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Who did I just see on the other side of the screen there, buddy? Who did I just see on the opposite side of the courtroom, buddy? We find out Vodka. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Huh? Your Honor, why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, that's Irish. I get. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma. I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. She got a whip? Who let her bring a whip into the courtroom? Revenge? Is this about her father? Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can! Ow! She just whipped the judge! I'm talking. Can I be next? If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Let her bring that into the courtroom! Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. She's whipping Phoenix! Get that away from her! she's a criminal, just like her father. Hey Tia, wow Tia, how convenient that you how timely of you to pop up in here. That's nothing to see here. Make no mistake, how you doing, Tia? I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant's Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor. Does the defense wish to plead their plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right, I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justifies self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall not call the first witness. Tia, okay, listen, Tia. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to bring that up. Yesterday, when I heard that he had a child, I didn't want to say who did Von Karma breed with. But look, you opened that door. You mentioned the elephant in the room, Tia. So now we need to talk about it. Someone saw Von Karma and said, I want to have your baby. Then they had a baby and gave this child a good life to the fact that she could become a prosecutor at the age of 13. Yeah, who did he procreate? Someone got Von Karma'd. That's as far as I can say within my current boundaries. I think that's exactly how it went. It probably was more transactional than that, Crow, actually. Von Karma probably went up to someone and said, I can't say what I want to say. She's just as scary as her father, like daughter, I suppose. He probably pulled that taser out. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, my name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. She's whipping Dick. Get to the... Get to the point already. Explains. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If ever... Yes, sir. Everyone, please look at this map. Gumshoe got a new theme? Makes you want to move your shoulder a little bit. Get a little shoulder work in there. Want to stir your shoulder around in the pot for a second. Okay. Okay, Gumshoe. The channel in the chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They say, well, they were channeling spirits, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. You are such a terrible judge. Floor plans added to the court record. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. The direct cause of death was a pistol that shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. The victim was stabbed before being shot? That complicates what I was thinking. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Being stabbed in the chest, you were shot in the forehead at point-blank range. The court accepts this evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was victim's. A victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints! There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant Maya Faze were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. Shot was fired from point-blank range. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. How do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. She likes the word foolish, huh? Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around a bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Stabbed, and what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see, and whose knife was it? Looks like it belongs to the Faze, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. I keep changing his voice, bro. I hate it. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used a pistol to finish off the victim off after stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as I can be. One look at the wounds, and you come to the same conclusion, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of the other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open your big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain.
That's enough! We have clearly established that the victim was murdered.
I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today.
Very well. The court accepts some of the evidence.
The date and time of death was June 19th, 3:15 p.m. Eyewitness claimed to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does sound like an open and shut case.
Shut your bald head up. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse, as if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to this is my jam right here, bro. This song makes me want to fight someone. This is the song right here when it kicks in right here. Right here. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true. Mr. Wright!
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now that would be time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. I better think this all the way through. We better save the game first. Not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing the murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor,
have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. She's whipping people in the courtroom. Who's allowing this? Where's the bailiff? You have sealed your fate, Mr. Wright. Detective. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir.
Now, see here, proceedings are run by Waka!
She's whipping everyone in the courtroom. Why am I not in the courtroom? Where's my VR headset?
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. They always be holding back on the evidence and stuff and testimonies. Why can't people just be straight up with this? Gumshoe, what's going on with your hairline, buddy? Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. There's a bullet hole through the costume. There's a bullet hole in the costume. What the heck? The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. There's a bullet hole in the costume.
So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this.
This piece directly links my fate to the crime, sir.
I see. The court accepts this in the evidence.
There are blood splatters on it, but when they showed the full thing, there's a bullet hole in the bottom.
All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to soak off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. Okay, Gumshoe. Sorry, pal, but there's the... Okay, press. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal.
Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right, just please stop glaring at me like that.
She's whipping people. You're scared of me? Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. She's not allowed to wear anything else? This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it's the victim's blood.
Well, there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Oh, well. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time, let's move on.
Oh yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Mrs. Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. The bullet hole! There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder.
Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. There's a hole in the costume.
Looks like my time is up, so about the costume. Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Where's the problem that you're talking about?
I've come this far, there's no turning back now. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
A hole that smells gunpowder. It looks like I found a hole.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Ah, momentum is shifting.
Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. Best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Sorry about that, I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That, just now, was a fluke. Nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree. It is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way.
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir. Defendant attacked and killed a person without no fighting back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal.
So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically.
We're in real trouble now. Only had something to prove that the victim did fight back. Now Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find an actual contradiction. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow and then I'll have her. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Yeah, like, if there's one mistake, Silver, who's to say that there's not a dozen more? They're so sloppy in this courtroom. Why did you say so in your testimony earlier? You kind of scary. Okay, I've already done that. Oh, it's time for me to find a contradiction. I think I present the folding screen now. Wow, my game just froze. That was super weird. What just happened? Whoa! This game is jumping all over the place. That's weird. What's going on here, buddy? Oh, she got a nice profile pic. I don't know what to do. Two shots were fired. My game crashed again. This is so odd. I feel like we present the pistol because it has, they're saying that the murdered person, Gray, didn't fight back, but his fingerprints are on the gun, but it's his gun. I'll just eat that one. Something that proves the victim fought back. Is it just this again? Is it just the bullet hole in this? What up, Miles? Yeah, that was okay. How you doing today, Miles? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yeah? Having you calling me by my full name is kind of a weird feel. I gotta sneeze. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. And what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? Thank you, Francine. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Yeah, you're right.
It seems you are correct.
What do you mean is that how I sneeze every time? Are you judging my sneezes, Tia? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Really explain your question there. Let's get into the thick of it right there, Tia. What are you talking about? What do you mean is that how you sneeze every time? You got a problem with the way I sneeze? What issue do you have with the way I sneeze, huh? Do you have an issue with how I sneeze, Tia? I feel like everyone sneezes the same way. Every human has one default sneeze. Yeah, the sneeze police over here.
It seems you are correct.
As long as you don't die in the elevator.
If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
All right, the wind seems to be shifting. What is in that? What is it with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Karma!
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
And I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. I am Miku. They rejected such justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Yeah, that's you.
What? That's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No. Well, yes, that is true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
How so?
Dang, she's whipping everyone! Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired at it in, of course. Oh wait, You mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario by myself? Yes sir, right away sir. She's whipping everyone. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close and he missed. The defendant then picked up the opening, took the victim's gun and ended it.
The scenario I put together does make sense.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please!
All right, let's press it. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. And add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, pal, yeah, I guess. The judge shouldn't be getting paid at all. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix, right? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Kurain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurain channeling technique. Put that whip away! Like I said before, I am perfect.
What were you talking about? I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Oh, he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him? But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly would you say he was? Actually, I went to get blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times dizziness. Yeah, quit whipping him! Sorry. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim Dr. Gray had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Maya has never fired her gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you could fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now, do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay, there's a contradiction here because during channeling, if you're familiar with Kurain channeling technique, Actually, I can't use it. That's not a contradiction. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Accessible showing makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And I can feel it. Okay, what's the contradiction? Bro, I'm geeking. I don't know what to do. Mimi Mini, no. I kind of want to press this. I don't know where to go. The save. I'll start taking shots in the dark. I need a contradiction. Let's be smart about this, Ray. It's not gonna be your costume again. Murder weapon. A small fruit knife belongs to the phase. Bears Maya's fingerprints. Murder weapon was Gray's 2 shots fired. Bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Hey Shariah, how are you doing today? Y'all, I am stuck. What do I do? I'm sure I'm looking at it. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Let's press everything again. The only one that's giving us red text is the first comment about the Crane School. Grey's Anatomy. You're having a chill day. It has to be this first comment right here. What will we present to trigger it though? What is the answer here? I feel like it has to be on this first one. What is the contradiction? I'm about to give up. I'm about to give up, bro. I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up, I swear. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening. What is the contradiction? I'm gonna give up. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. I think I figured it out. I think I just figured it out. I think I just figured it out. Okay, here's my understanding. Here's my thinking right here. I'm thinking that if they're using the argument that the physical nature of the body changes when you're channeling, why would the knife have Maya's fingerprints on it? Why would the knife not have Mimi's or whatever, the nurse's fingerprints on it? That's what I'm gonna say. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this. I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. Whatever. I pressed everything. This is the only one that's giving red text back. I thought I was cooking, Silver. No, I'll figure it out. Dude. What is the answer here? No way I'm getting hard stuck on this. This is not supposed to be hard. Tia, I'm about to go crazy. What am I overlooking? I'm thinking too hard. I'm overthinking it. That's all this is. I'm just simply overthinking it. That's all it has to be. What is the contradiction? Did you really, Lauren? Bro, what could it? Okay. Oh my gosh. What's the answer? What is it? I'm over it. What is it? 19 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. How many seasons are there? Yes, I'm over this one. This one right here, I'm over. I'm sick of looking at Gumshoe looking at me. I'm sick of looking at Gumshoe, him looking at me. I'm sick of looking back at him. I'm tired of having Gumshoe staring at me. I'm tired of Gumshoe looking at me like this. Okay, fourth statement costume. That's all I need. I'm not gonna look again. Fourth statement costume? Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. What do you mean? I'm not on the same page with you here, Phoenix. I feel like the knife one was, I feel like my knife theory was much better. I feel like my knife theory was better. Even if it probably wouldn't have helped Maya in the long run, I feel like the fingerprints changing to the nurse's fingerprints being on the knife handle would have been better than whatever. I don't make the game. This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. What?
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this car? Whatever. Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh, but there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on his costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you could punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed away the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Ah, she's geeking. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There, that should satisfy even you. Wasn't nobody thinking about no gunpowder. See, my issue with that is that, like, gunpowder was mentioned in the previous testimony that we already found a contradiction in. I feel like if they wanted us to wanted gunpowder to be relevant again, it should have been included in Gumshoe's testimony there, probably as red text, and that would give the player a little bit of advice to go with that. But the only red text stuff that was in that particular testimony from Gumshoe was about the Korean school and how the body changes. That was confusing.
That doesn't make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. I was not paying attention. There's a fatal flaw in our argument, Your Honor. Fatal?
Flaw?
Yeah! Very interesting. I would love to see what his flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I think it's finally this folding screen. Or it could just be this. It's for me. It's either the diagram or that. Take a look at this. Why are you showing me this to me, pal? Prosecutor Von Karmer's explanation of this piece of evidence. Do not contradict, huh? Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal. Shut up, Gumshoe. Come on, hurry! Shut up, Gumshoe. This is a piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What?
Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order, order! This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Where was Maya standing? Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. The judge's face is crushed like he just smelled something serious. So serious, bad breath.
Ew, this judge is disgusting. Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
Sure.
In the meantime, I want you to think
I took damage. Where was Maya sitting? Dude, I'm trash right now, bro. I'm not getting anything right. She was standing here near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground, facing the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge? It's still on the gauntlets. How can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answers to that, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways away from the victim when the shot was shot at. What do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
No, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was a real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Oh my goodness. It wasn't Maya. I've already said this, but it wasn't Maya that did all this. Whoever killed Gray, which I'm believing is the Valley Girl, she came from around the screen. Gray saw her. He shot, missed, she stabbed him, and then finished him. That's what happened.
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving logic behind everything is your job. Oof. All right, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think you've been able to take a completely hopeless case at this point, now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things inherent, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Get that whip away from me! Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic?
Huh?
How was it all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing the 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I could take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Lotta Hart! Next witness, that's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. This court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
Bring on Lotta Hart. To be continued. Oof.